Hello, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hey. Peace and blessings, everyone. Peace and blessings. So you hear me speaking with the list. So let me just go ahead and introduce myself. Hello, everybody. My name is Doris Spencer Shackelford. I am the CEO and founder of Doris Speaks Life. I am a certified master life coach. I'm just laughing, everyone. I specialize in spiritual transformation and I help single mothers and single women heal holistically from trauma, from grief and loss, and of course, trauma, so that they can become more successful in their lives and they can change the trajectory of their lives and their children's lives. Hello, everyone. I know it's been a minute. It has definitely been a minute. So, with that being said, hi, I'm Doris. Yes, everyone, I am Doris, and it's been a minute, and I just want to talk. The title of this is Transparent Talk, Authentic Share. And the reason why I am doing this is because one, I only do what I am led to do by the Most High God. And I wanted to share because I have to. It's been a minute, and I'm going to be giving you some updates on some events that I am a part of right now. And I'm going to take this off. Let's just talk. Let's talk, okay? So, you hear me speaking with the list. You might even notice that this side of my face is kind of swollen just a little bit. I tried to put the wig on so to help a little bit, but neither here nor there. I've been in the process of having doing my dental work. As someone who speaks and who is always in the public, speaking to people, it's kind of difficult to speak to someone, and I don't believe you should be doing this if you got a yuck mouth. For those of you who are old enough to understand what a yuck mouth is, I grew up on the sitcom Martin, and there was a character on there named Jerome, and Jerome had a yuck mouth, and he always wanted to be in somebody's face. So you don't want to have a yuck mouth if you go be in people's faces. So I wanted to let y'all know I've been having work done, dental work and procedures done. So all is well. All is well. There has been a complete new chapter I have entered in my life, a career change as well. And, I'm going to share more of everything that's going on in my life right now. But what I wanted to share with you the most is that if you know me, and some of you may not, if you know me, I am a spiritual transformation coach, which means I operate and get my instructions from the Most High God, which means that I am not going to do anything that is not according to and in alignment with the Most High God. I've been disobedient before and gotten a part of things and attached myself to things and people who weren't in alignment with what my calling was, and therefore caused me to have to go back to the drawing board. At this time and stage in my life, I refuse to do that again. So, what am I saying? I'm saying this, that if I, Doris, if I believe that everything that I do has to be grounded and in the foundation of a heart space that is aligned with the Most High God, there is no need for me to do anything that is not grounded and rooted in love. Let me say that again. If it's not grounded and rooted in love, therefore there is no need for me to do it. And if I profess myself to be someone who teaches about self-care and self-love, and I share that with my clients, how dare I show up unauthentic in my calling by doing anything that is beneath the standard of a heart space that is aligned with the Word of God and my own heart. So, with that being said, I will not partake, I will not indulge, I will not be a part of, I will not conjoin myself with, or speak on anything that does not come into agreement with the Most High God in my life, so that I will not be out of the will of the Most High God. I hope I am making sense to everyone, because right now, I know I'm kind of slurred, but I do know what I'm saying because I was instructed to go live and to share this with you. I don't know about anybody else, but if you've ever been a part of any type of affiliation, association, or group or cohort, and it's not their foundational principles, core values, do not align with you in your foundational core values, and you feel that, do not partake. If it goes against everything you believe in, if it does not stand for what you believe in, then do not be a part of it. I can tell you from my own experience that it will set you back, not them. Because if God has placed a calling on your life to do something and to set a standard for the kingdom of the Most High God, then there is no need for you to look for anyone else to do that thing. God is calling on you to do it. So I'm pointing that finger back at myself, because God is calling me to set the precedent and the standard of love, whether that be for me, for my business, for my household, for my standard of living, for my standard of how I show up in the world, for the standard and the foundational core values that I believe in that align with the Most High God. I cannot be a part of it. And I will step back and evaluate everything that is going on. What it's like to have a setback from disobedience. Now, with that being said, I am in the process again. I'm going to say this because you're going to hear the list from time to time. I'm going to say this, that I have been going through this year. I have set a goal for myself to get in the process of, you're so far away, so I'm going to pull you closer, to set a goal of, this year is self-care year. This year is the year that I take care of myself. This year is the year that I make sure that I physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, and dentally, that I take care of myself. There are people out here, I don't believe in being one of those people who does not take care of themselves. If you don't see me for a while, believe me, I'm not sick. Believe me, I'm not sick. I am not sick. There are no health issues because I take care of myself physically. There are no health issues. What's going on is me being obedient to the Most High God. And also, I'm working on another project. So my career has changed. Um, my career is a spiritual transformation coach, life coach, single mother coach, single mother and single woman. That's my calling. That's who I have been assigned to. So therefore, that's where I work. But career wise, it has changed to the point where I am now a comprehensive case manager. When I say comprehensive, I mean I'm so hands on that if any of my clients call and say, "Hey, Doris, especially if they're in a situation where they just found a new job and they're getting back on their feet and they don't have a way to get to set job that they just got, I help them with that. That's how comprehensive it is. It is hands-on. Everything is hands-on. So why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you because you need to understand that not all the time will everything in someone's life be televised. The revolution will be, but a person's life, their real life, their life, like every day is not going to be on social media. And we need to learn how to give people grace because everybody is in a different chapter in their life. And with that being said, you have to understand that some of those chapters are not going to be click for you to see. And we have to learn to give people grace. I hope. No, I'm not. We have to learn to give people grace because if you don't, how dare you say, I'm going to use myself as an example. How dare I say I'm for women's empowerment and when there is a woman going through something, whether she shares it with me or not, I don't show her grace. What's your foundation? What's your core foundation? What is it that you are really taking a stand for? And maybe it's not women's empowerment. Maybe it's just whatever it may be. But the core of it all should be love. That should be the foundation. You should be coming from a heart space that is rooted and grounded and submerged and dripping and saturated in love. And then with that love should come grace so that you can deliver it in a way that is so graceful that no one will become offended by it. Okay, so I'm going to leave that right there. Let y'all marinate on that one. Okay. Next thing I want to address. There are terminologies that I use, and then there are terminologies I stay and steer clear of. 1. 2, in my content, you will never ever hear me refer to myself or anyone else using the G word, guru. I don't believe in it. Guru implies that you have learned all the lessons that you need to learn here on this great planet, which is a school called Earth. You've learned all the lessons you need to learn, so there is nothing else you need to learn. And you have perfected life to the point where, OMG, I could just teach everybody everything because I've learned everything. I will never use that word in my content, guru. I will never refer to myself as a guru. My belief is that a guru is someone who has elevated to a certain point to where there is no more learning of lessons. And that's not me. I am a spiritual being having a human experience, which requires me to continually learn lessons. Okay? Let's get that clear and out the way. As a coach, as a life coach, as a spiritual transformation coach, the word transformation is not implied, it's stated, which means that you are growing, maturing. It is a process that's taking place as you elevate to each level in your life, which means that you're constantly learning lessons. That's why we're here. And as a coach, when you learn a lesson, you can then therefore share what you've learned with someone else to guide them so they won't make the same mistakes that you have. Which we're all going to make mistakes. How can you learn if you don't make mistakes? I'll wait. But I want to share that I've never ever referred to myself or anyone else as a guru. Now, expert, a thought leader, a change maker, yeah. A coach, yes. A motivational speaker, yes. Guru, no. Some people, one thing I do know is that when I was a child, and even now, I take the time to look up words before I actually use them in a sentence. Whether it is to so-called tell someone off by using set words, or whether it is to give someone encouragement. I will never use the word guru in my content. I want to address that. Now, I'm going to also share what I recently learned as a parent. And no matter how much you get away from things, and no matter how much you say you've grown, you still err. And that's the wonderful thing about this life's journey, is that you're always learning. And in the process, you're learning to give yourself grace. That's what rising and healing is all about. You have to heal from it. It has to hurt you in order for it to heal, because you wouldn't know that it's hurting. So let's just say, and this is an example, this is my own personal journey. And that's what I use. I use myself as an example and my own life experiences to share. I recently had an encounter with my child. My child is 12. And she's a 12-year-old in this time, in era, and century. And it's totally different than when I was 12. Everything is at their fingertips. Everything. Like literally everything is at their fingertips. So with that being said, and yes, this is going to be a long one, everyone, because this is me sharing. See, I can't coach anyone on the level of pretending like I'm perfect. I don't even show up like that. I don't care to. I don't really care what people think. Like if it wasn't gonna make y'all feel some type of way, I'd snatch this wig off. But I'm trying to be nice for you, because I can stomach it. I can stomach my natural hair. I can stomach the egghead, the hair all over the place, the fro and everything. I can stomach that. But One thing about me being transparent as a coach, as a parent, as a mother, as a single woman, as a widow, is that I am constantly learning how to give myself grace because I am not perfect. I am not above making errors. That's not me. I'm not going to show up perfect for anybody because that's not who I am. And how dare I try to attempt to do that? That's not me. That's not me at all. And I don't agree with that whole concept of you need to look polished. What is this Nothing in your life is polished, honey. Do you not know that silver, even when you polish it, it will still tarnish? It will tarnish. Why? Because that's the wear and tear of life of that metal. So what do you think happens as a human being? Next, recently I had an encounter with my daughter. And as I was being an advocate for my child, I realized that I might be advocating for my child and she might just be lying. Bum, bum, bum. Have you ever done that? Have you ever felt the need to advocate for your children and then your child, you like something within you while you're all riled up to advocate for your child because you know, and this is the real truth about it, because no one advocated for me when I was younger. I didn't have that. I didn't have that luxury of a parent constantly standing up for me. I didn't have that. I don't know about y'all. I didn't have that. My mother was very non-confrontational. Whatever anyone said about me, my mother believed. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. So I had to advocate for myself. And there were people who got placed in my life that advocated for me that was not my mother. Because my mother was very non-confrontational. She didn't like to argue. She didn't like all of that. It didn't matter who it was. So in the end, this is a trigger. Oh, I have to advocate for my children. Nobody else is going to do it. So it's me. So there was an incident that happened, and I was told a lie. And then another one of my children was brought into it by said 12-year-old. So at that time, I'm advocating, and then all of a sudden something says, chill out, calm down, wait until you get all the information. You going like this? You're going like this when you should be doing this. Just listen. So I stopped. And then I said, well, let me talk to you after I get all of the set information. Because remember, as adults, we still have triggers from our childhood. We still have triggers from our childhood. You can literally see someone and meet someone who reminds you of someone that triggers a memory of something that happened to you as a child. And then you think the person you just met is the person. You have to treat that person like you should have been treating the other person that mistreated you. Somebody caught that. I know it's not making much sense, but someone caught that. So I pulled back. I got off the phone. And then I reached out to my oldest daughter. And we got all this stuff. We did our investigations, all the kind of stuff. And then we got to the bottom of it, that 12-year-old was lying. And I was like, are you serious? You're lying? And then I'm angry. I'm upset. And then I react. I've already done it already, but I pull myself back. But I react to my child. And I was like, are you serious? You really did this? And you're lying? Why are you lying? And I said something out of anger that I didn't mean to say. In my mind, I meant to say one thing, but it came out another way. Let me stick a pin in that real quick right there. Parents, every last one of us do this. Humans, every last one of us do this. Out of anger, because we still are human. We say things that we don't really mean to say, but out of anger, we say them. Even as a parent, I am not perfect. I don't profess to be perfect. I've never said I am a perfect parent. Never ever say that. You want to know why I would never say that? Because it would be the lie from the pits of hell. I am not a perfect parent. In fact, I got here from making so many mistakes. Therefore, I can help other people. So this moment, back to the story, this moment, I, Doris Spencer Shackelford Everett, I said something out of anger to my child because it wasn't just her on the line. I then was angry that I'm advocating for you. I'm standing up for you. And I'm standing up for another child. And not only that, I'm standing up for myself because now it's affecting set new career. And for me, that's like, why are you doing this? Why would you even bring? And before I knew it, I had said something out of anger. Did I apologize? Immediately I did. I apologized. I apologized. And it immediately when it happened, you cannot take the words back once you say them. You can't. It was it had to happen in order for me to share this. This is me being authentic with you. Every single one of us makes mistakes. Everyone. No one is oblivious. No one is what is the word? Impenetrable to making errors. To error is human. To error is human. So if I'm a spiritual being sent here to have a human experience, then that means there are lessons I need to learn at set human experience. So that means I'm going to mess up. I'm here to encourage every mother, every father. You're going to say things out of anger that you don't mean, but out of anger you said them, and you have to take accountability for what you say, not what someone else says, but what you say. And that's what I'm here to share. I took accountability for what I said. Was it okay for me to do it? Nah. Was I wrong? Yes. Once I said it, it's no way you can take those words back and hit the button, rewind, and go and take those words back. You can't. You can't. That's why I said, hold on just one second. My daughter's about to walk in. That's why I said, you have to take accountability for it. I'm in the office, okay? And I'm recording, okay? I'm in the office and I'm recording. What's this?
Lemonade.
You made this?
Yes.
Okay.
I ate a little bit of it.
I can see it's warm still. Y'all just made these?
Yes.
Oh, okay then. That's cool. But I can't really eat this, but I'll save it. Oh, look, it got the little burn marks on it. I like that. I can't. I know. I can't eat it just yet. I just had my procedure done. Okay, thank you. Bye. So you have to take accountability. One thing I will do is always take accountability for me. No one else. Me. And I'm not gonna sit on it forever either. I take accountability for it. And I know how it felt to be when someone says something to you and it's like, I can't believe you said that to me. I know that feeling. We all know that feeling. And we always say, when I become an adult, when I become a parent, I won't do that. But you don't know in that moment how you're going to react. And yes, I talk about emotional intelligence. And yes, I talk about being a foundation for your children, being a platform for your children to soar. But I also know that I'm human, baby. I'm gonna mess up. It's nothing perfect about me. Nothing perfect. I was about to say my hairline, but my hairline isn't perfect. I got a hairline, but it's not perfect. You know? And right now my smile not even perfect. See? I'm trying to make it there. But anyway, we are all here to learn, and that's how the wig sits, y'all. It's not. We are all here to learn and to give ourselves grace and to take accountability while we're giving ourselves grace. It's a lesson. It is not something to hold on to forever. Now, some parents would just let it fester and stew and simmer and go and go and go and go. And then they go and they buy their children something and try to make them feel better about themselves. Not the child, but the parent. That's not me. I actually sat and talked to my child and explained everything about what I felt, how I felt about it, why it bothered me so much, and that I don't do that to her. And that's the truth. So therefore, I'm gonna always take accountability for what I do. And I want every last one of you parents, I want every parent to understand you are going to err when it comes down to your children. Not every look, the wig feel like it's sliding. It is, y'all. not every, not every, not every decision or action that you do is going to be perfect. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. And for you to think that everything you do is going to be perfect, every moment in your life is going to be perfect. You're going to meet the perfect person. You're going to have the perfect life. And you're going to be a perfect parent. You're delusional. Because I have 3 children, range from 23 to 12. And every day, not every single one of them likes me as a person. I can't please all of them at once. Somebody's going to be upset. Somebody's going to have some feelings. Somebody's going to feel some type of way. Somebody's going to think about the past and how I wasn't there because I was working all the time. Somebody's going to feel like, oh, you pay this one more attention than you pay me attention. This is parenthood. That's all it is. It's parenthood. I feel like, I just know I didn't. There we go. I'm not drooling, but it doesn't feel like it. So this is parenthood. And if you're not realistic about this thing, then you'll never, ever, 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 ever learn how to give yourself grace. Grace is also taking accountability for your actions, whether it be with your children or with your associates or with your employees or with your neighbors or with your church members. I don't know what community, in your community, because your children are your community. They live in the same household with you if they still do. It's about you taking accountability. Don't worry about nobody else. And don't let it fester. Take care of it immediately. Think about it and be genuine about it and apologize. That's what it's about. See, I'm going to say something too. I'm going to give you a little precursor on that too. You may take care of it, right? And you may squash it and get it resolved with said person, anybody in your situation. Mine was a child, was my child. Yours could be another human, another adult. They're not going to immediately acknowledge the whole resolution of the situation. They're gonna still harbor and honestly talk and dwell on the past, because that's human beings. They'll tell everybody how you disrespected them and how you what you said and how you did it, but they'll never tell everybody that you came to them and you apologized. Be prepared for that. Be prepared to be looked at as the villain in someone's story. Everyone's looking for a villain. And you want to know something? I kind of got the Mother Gothel personality, and this is okay. I have 3 children, so I know all the Disney movies. Okay, so this is from Tangled. For those of you who are real parents, this is from Tangled, and Mother Gothel said at the end, "So you want me to be the villain? Okay, you want me to be the bad guy? I'll be the bad guy." And I honestly got like that because I was in my feelings too. We are human. Was it right? No. Was it using emotional intelligence? No, it wasn't. Was it a self-defense mechanism, a negative one? Yes. Was I angry? Yes. Did I do something wrong? Yes. Did I physically do something wrong? No. But verbally I did. And I was able to take accountability for that. So what I'm saying, take accountability for your actions, your words, the way you show up, whether it's authentic or unauthentic. Always take accountability for you. Don't point no fingers to nobody else. Always take accountability for you. Stop going off of what everybody else says. Make sure you get all the information yourself. And if you have not collected all the information yourself by going half cocked off of what somebody else is saying, that's not very smart. And that's something that I did in this situation. Therefore, I can teach on this situation. That's what a coach does. See, a guru would have never messed up. A guru would never mess up. But a coach, a human being, someone who's always learning, constantly learning, and who is ever the student, which is fine by me. Can experience something and take a lesson from it and move forward. And that's what I wanted to share. I had to get on. Oh, and I'm going to be talking about, I know if you stayed to this long and you're probably like, Doris, you just rambled. No, I didn't. I taught a lesson. You had to stick around and listen for it. And I gotta be careful. I hope I'm not biting my tongue or the inside of my jaw. Here's something else. I also wanted to let everyone know that I will be in Greenbelt, Maryland on June the 28th. I think it's June 20th. Y'all, I want to make sure I'm saying everything right because I don't want nobody getting mad at me because I haven't been saying anything as of late, and it's okay. June the 28th at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Martin's Crosswinds in Greenbelt, Maryland. I will be at the Whole Leader Summit. It's the list. Building a legacy of impact with 6 other wonderful thought leaders and change makers, business women in the industry to date. awesome powerhouses. And I would love for you to be there with me. I'll probably come back. The link is somewhere on my screen, somewhere. You'll see all of the postings about it, the flyers about it. So be sure to, even if you can't be there physically, definitely click my link and get you a virtual ticket. It's only $55. It's only an investment that is going to change your life. So make sure that you get your tickets today. And I did say tickets, so buy one for yourself and get one for a friend. Single moms, I know. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can help y'all out just a little bit, but just bear with me because hey, we all in a situation, okay? We are all in a situation. And I thank God for the ladies that are part of it, the doctors, the generals, the experts in their field, the pastors. It's just a wonderful opportunity to be in the vicinity and in the room with set powerhouses, and to know that God thinks highly enough of me to allow me to be a part of it. And I'm so grateful to God for that. And I know some of you are like, we're having a midday motivation for transformation. Like I said, my career has changed a bit. And so I have to accommodate for my clients. And so I need for you to give me some grace. Give me some grace, y'all. Because I'm not just operating solely for my business. I'm also operating in a space that's allowing me to impact my community. And that, to me, community is everything. It takes a village, honey. It takes a village. And if the village is on fire, if something is going on in the village, all of us should be not just bystanders, but should be trying to help put that fire out. And that fire could be anything. That fire could actually be a fire, or that fire could actually be being able to bring food to that household because they had a fire and they're hungry. Or it could actually be bringing them clothing and telling them, hey, I understand. If you need someplace, we got you. That's the kind of community I'm a part of. I'm a part of a community about love. And if your core foundation is not based and built and coming from a love space, I don't want to be a part of it. If it's only about money, and you don't want to be an impact and help people change their lives, I don't want to be a part of it. My core value, my core moral compass is about love. It's based on love. That's why I can stand here today and sit here and talk to you about even my mistakes, because I'm learning how to give myself grace in the midst of everything, every single day. And let me tell you, each child is different and each child requires a different part of you when you are parenting. So, mothers, fathers, please definitely get your tickets today. Get them today. And I really want you to, I'm going to see if I could put it on. I'll be able to put it somewhere. Let's see. I'm going to go to my Facebook. I'm going to put it up there. I don't know if I'm streaming live on Facebook right now or not. Let's see. Probably not. Oh, yes, I am. Okay, so what we doing? All right, so I'm about to put it up here. Okay. Oh, we live. Hey. Let's see. Is there a new? I think there's a new link. So just bear with me 1 second. I'm going to get that new link and then I'm going to put it up there and I'm going to make sure that everyone is able to get your ticket. Okay. Get your ticket today. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. So I'm gonna go back. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Yeah, it's 45 minutes in. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm doing the thing. I'm doing it and doing it and doing it. Well, yeah, y'all know how I am. Okay, just bear with me. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So I just posted the link. Let me see if I can. Okay. All right, so we got that there. Definitely be sure to get your ticket, your virtual ticket. And I look forward to seeing you in the virtual room. And we haven't really talked about the virtual thing that's going on, but you'll be able to have access to that. You'll be able to have access to it because you can watch it live, and hopefully we'll go live and you'll be able to watch it live and be able to say, oh, okay, this is what's going on. But you'll be able to watch it live, and hopefully we'll have you. We'll have some more information on that when we go live when I go live with the 6 other powerhouses, which is so important to me. You know, you have to be a part of something that you believe in. If you believe it, it's gonna happen. You know, if you believe it, it's going to happen. And I want to make sure that I give the proper information. Okay, see, it's not letting me do it on um, YouTube. Yes, honey, I'm streaming all across all platforms. So, everyone, I love you all so very much. I'm gonna go rest my mouth. You know, this jawline, and I want to say I've been inspired by someone, uh, very, very, very much so, who has within the last year has literally changed. I can't even get it out. Who has literally inspired me to do more things that I wouldn't necessarily have done. And one of those things is get my teeth together. But you have to understand now, there were other things that I need to take care of, which is my emotional and mental health first. With being a widow, and you have to take care of those feelings first. You have to prioritize. So you work from the inside out. Okay. So I love you all so very much. God loves you, and so do I. I'm so grateful for you. Don't forget to get your tickets, your virtual ticket for the Whole Leader Summit. And I'm so thankful that you gave me this time. I know it's Facebook. I know it's YouTube. Y'all know I like YouTube and Instagram too. I'm so grateful for all of you to be a part of this journey with me, and seeing the progress, seeing the change. And I want to put a shout out. I want to give everybody some shout outs. I want to give the Lady Mustangs a shout out. I want to give Che Brown a shout out. Thank you for having me on your YouTube and Facebook TV show. Wonderful opportunity. And who else? I want to give a shout out to Miss Michelle. You know who you are if you stayed long enough and listened to this. Miss Michelle Portier and Dr. Darlene. Yeah. Dr. Cheryl, thank you so much. Dr. T, you know who you are. Mama T. Dr. T / Mama T. Dr. Pittman, thank you so much. I feel your prayers, and thank you, Miss Michelle Portier. I feel your prayers as well. I thank you all for being a part of this journey with me, and I love you all. God loves you, and so do I. Remember to give yourself grace. Remember, healing is like soup. It takes multiple ingredients, and you season to taste, and you have to give yourself grace. It's time for all of us to rise, heal, and lead, and become who the Most High God has called us to be. And remember, you are wanted, you are needed, you are loved. And with that being said, God loves you, and so do I. Smooches, everyone. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, or evening. I love you all so very much. Smooches, everybody.